Good morning. You remember that rain we were waiting for yesterday? It made it here. Oh, it made it here. Rained all night. Our rain gauge has not been working, so I need to go and check it and see if we've got some debris plugging up the little funnel on it. So I'm not sure how much we have, but I think it's over 2 inches. It's wet. Mostly it's a good thing. So we have a Davis weather station out here. We've had it for a long time, but occasionally you get something plugging up. The little rain collection thing here. I see evidence of bird poop. There was a leaf in there. I wonder if Dad's already come out here and cleared it out, because it says we've had like 0.83. But I'm pretty sure we've had more than that. You guys, I checked my email this morning. I got my 137 exemption. Yes! We're this close to being legal to fly the drone. Now that I've got all of this stuff in place, I have to submit another form to get the operating certificate or certificate of operation, whatever they call it, which hopefully is a quick process and only will take maybe a week or less. I don't know, a couple weeks, but we're close. Dad's been working on our barn here. I showed you this a few weeks ago. He was doing some, but we had a fence here and there was a partial concrete loading ramp for when we had pigs in this barn 25 years ago. And he decided to take the old pen out and kind of dress it up a little bit. So he wrapped his posts in some nice wood, finished concrete and stuff just to do that. And now he's putting a ceiling on the old porch under here. Very nice. Tongue and grooved. Yeah, he's doing a good job. So the rain at this point has mostly stopped. It's still drizzling here a little bit, but it's kind of moving through. Not raining very hard. When Phil got here this morning, he said he had 2.3 inches. Yeah, that sounds about right. 2.3. So we're gonna go drive around a little bit, see how much water we've got laying. There's some water ponding. All those spots we replanted last weekend, yeah, they're underwater. But we're gonna go drive around and look at some of the fields and just see how much we've got. I put a rain gauge out on the base station up on the irrigation stuff up there, so I kind of want to go and see how much rain is in that rain gauge. I shut the water off last night about 10:30, right as it started to rain, so we're in really good shape right now. This was a very good rain for us. Oh, this corn's loving it. Let's see what our rain gauge says. A little over 2. Can I get that off of there without breaking it? .3, pretty close, not 2.5. I'm not gonna dump that out yet. We're just gonna leave that. I should have probably not even taken it off of there. I am gonna turn that fan off. So we've got that electrical enclosure over there that's got a fan on it to keep our VFD cool in here. I need to move that power to one of the relays in there so that it turns on and off with the well and the rain machine, because otherwise it's just on whenever the breaker's on. Got a little water ponding here in these ends. This corner, we always get that a little bit. It's fine right now. We'll come back tonight or tomorrow and see if it's still there. That's when you start getting worried now. So when we flooded the first time after planting, when we had that 1.8 inches after an inch a couple days prior, we talked a little bit about how long corn and crops can sort of survive underwater and stuff. And then it was a different story, because then the crops were small. Some of them hadn't emerged yet. Their oxygen demand or need to do respiration was very low, and so they could survive a long time. Plus it was very cool out. Now it's Plants are growing. They're trying to, take in carbon dioxide. They're trying to actively breathe, if you will. It's also a lot warmer. Now, today's going to be cool, but then we're going to be right back in the mid-70s tomorrow and on, so they will not survive for long underwater. We've got 24 to 48 hours, I would say, to get the water down, at least off of the leaf tissue. And having saturated soil isn't great for them either, but I'm not too worried about that right now. So the biggest thing is just to get the water off the ponding spots, but the greater benefit of having water across all of our ground instead of just the little bit that we can irrigate is a good thing. This was a really, really good rain. Good morning again. It was a slow, lazy day yesterday. We might have another one of those, but I got some tires here. We gotta get these put back on the trailer and then maybe make a box run or something. I don't know. There we go. Good as new. Better than new. Better than new. Better tires than new. These are 14 plies. They have a higher weight rating, higher PSI rating than the originals. Probably don't need that, but it's okay. They were not that much more than the 10 ply. I think they were 10 ply was the other option. So I do probably need to do some measuring and checking and see if that axle is a little bit misaligned. I saw when I was looking at it the other day, I don't know if you'll be able to see under here or not, but over there, let me turn the light on. Nope, can't do that. Maybe now I can. Over there on the other side, there's an adjustment. That piece. This side is fixed. But the other side, there's an adjustment, so we can turn the pitch of that a little bit, which might help our wear issues. Picking up boxes. I got 4 from one customer that had them. I'm going to stop and get a couple more over there. But we're at our Berky Farm. Look! Holy crap, we've got grain bins. Awesome. Yeah, we got stuff cleaned up here. Looks fantastic. I'll have to figure that out a little bit. Nice. Got our pile of parts used up in here. That is fantastic. They made a lot of progress really fast on those bins. What do we got left? Some bolts. Not much. All right, I need some of this stuff we're going to take back and use up here when we're spraying V5 corn. So these aren't the biggest bins in the world, clearly, but we've more than doubled our storage capacity that we had in the 3 old smaller ones. They're bigger diameter and they're both taller. That one is a lot taller, so going to be really nice for us. We don't have a ton of acres here. We don't need huge bins. We need functional bins, and that's going to be really nice for us. Got a little tight here. I wanted to see, so we've had the stairs, the ladder and platform to come up our drying bin here to get to the top of it, and had this ladder or platform here. So we were going to try and incorporate it, into the ladder for the new bin here, since they're the same height. And but the bins were too close together to get the platform side by side, and we could have went that way, but this transition was going to be hard too, so we went over here and they put a piece of heavy diamond plate on here. Whew, that feels like it needs some support under it. But this also has a ladder, so we can go up and down the ladder. Can get to the manhole here, or come around and go up to the peak. I'll walk around on this bin. This is a nice walk around. Got one down there too. Cool. So they're working on measuring for your downspouts. Gonna cut them to the right length. We'll have a deadhead, what do we call it? A cushion box mounted on here, and then pipe up to the distributor on the leg. Same thing to that bin. That bin is quite a bit shorter than this bin because we knew we wanted to be able to hit it with a downspout. We could have made that bin even height with this, put a cross conveyor across, but we would have lost our angle on the downspout, wouldn't have been able to hit it. And so because we didn't really need the storage and decided that we didn't want to mess with a cross auger or having a conveyor way up in the air here, we just make that bin shorter and as tall as we can, and still hit it with a downspout straight from the leg without a cross. So anyway, that's what we got here. But yeah, this is really nice. Came over to the other side here. As you can see, our field really nice. You can see we got a little water in the end rows. That happens. But the rest of the field looks really good. We've not had near as much rain here at Berky. I think we're just around an inch, maybe a little over an inch. But beans are coming. Things look really good. I drove by the one cornfield over there. That looks good. We'll drive by the ones over that way on the way out of here. See what they look like. But yeah, pretty nice. Things are coming along nice here. I am really glad that we are not going to be here in October struggling to finish a grain bin project so that we can put grain in it right away. Like, having this done in June is awesome. So they are waiting on some pieces to extend these out to get tied into the leg and all that stuff. Once that is done, then we've got to do some electrical. We'll have to wire up the unload motors, which the wires and everything should already be there. I don't think the motors are really much bigger, if any, than what we were already running. And if they are, we'll just pull some bigger wire into the building right here. It's no big deal. And then the aeration fans are going on the backside. We'll have to wire those up, but pretty simple, pretty easy to do. Here's the Berky corn. Looks pretty good. Can row it. Probably could be side dressed by the time it dries out. I mean, it's pretty small yet. We've got lots of time, but once we can get down here and get it, and we get the stuff at Waldron done, we're going to get it done, so we're done with it. Yep, I'm happy. Looks good. Where'd we leave off on this one? Were we down to Berky in the last clip? I don't know. I don't remember. I've been back for a long time, got the trailer unloaded, was doing some office work today because it's still not a fun day out. Yeah, so anyway, been working on some other stuff today. Dad's out here working in our new barn, grinding this edge off the concrete. I'm gonna go out and see what it's doing. Maybe we'll sweep the floor up a little bit, do some stuff out here while we've got a few minutes. Let's put it that way. The boys got a baseball game tonight. I leave here in a little bit, but we got some time. Well, we've got electrical to that point on the bin, which is handy. We're debating whether we need to bury a line out here to have a few plugs, maybe a couple lights out here. We might need to. Doing what you want? Down here, yeah. There's a right edge where the form was, and they couldn't spread it down or whatever. So
see, I'm gonna put my 2x4 in, and I'll have just enough of the tongue and groove. It'll be nice and smooth.
Is that right?
There won't be any ledge there for the fertilizer set.
So 2x4 and then a 3/4 inch or your inch and eighth tongue and groove boards. Yeah. Okay.
So the fertilizer doesn't sit on that edge.
Doesn't sit there, right? And you're gonna go up how far to start with? All the way. Got it.
4 foot, I thought. Well, this is 41 inches. So.
Okay. But the 2x4s are for going upright?
Yeah.
They want to know why you bought 2x4s. You're supposed to make all your own stuff.
Well, because I didn't have enough lumber to do all of it.
And because 2x4s are cheap and not worth the time to make?
It's going to take too long to do.
Yeah. So, anyway, so he's just grinding that edge off so that it's flush and smooth.
I want to close this up so that
we don't have fertilizer sitting here getting against this steel. We're never going to pile it against the wall way up high. I mean, I'd be surprised if we get much over this, right. But we just want to protect it when we're pushing. And yeah, the birds. Dad's at constant war with the birds around here.
Well, if they would stay in the trees, I wouldn't mind.
Well, they don't. Yep. I really want a better one of these, but boy, does it work easier than pushing a broom around. I know we're just going to get a bunch more stuff on this pad outside here, but it is cleaning it up. I don't know if you can see all these little stones, all that stuff. Clean. I mean, the stuff the piles of dirt that got rained on, it's not going to do anything for those, but I can't push it straight with one hand. But for all the loose stuff, cleans it up really well. I'm going to a baseball game. Have a great night, everybody. Thanks for watching this one. I'm sorry that we didn't do much. We get these rainy days after I've been working long hours on stuff or hard doing things, you know, go, and I just kind of take my time and I slow down and we don't do much. And that's okay. Got a few boxes picked up. That's a good thing. We need to start cleaning some more equipment up. I think both planters at this point can be cleaned up and put away. There is 0% chance of doing any corn replants anymore. Not gonna need to, not gonna happen. I suppose there's a very, very slim chance that some of the bean pockets that we just finished planting the day before it rained might dry out to plant again at some point, but I doubt we're gonna do it. So we'll just get those cleaned up and put away. Got to decide if I'm gonna plant double crop beans with the 15-inch planter or use the air seeder for those. That's kind of the big thing to determine now. But anyway, all is good. We're gonna have a relaxing, good weekend, and you guys come back next week. See you later. Thanks for watching.